The relationship between Iran and Israel has long been fraught with tension and hostility. Rooted in ideological differences and geopolitical ambitions, the conflict has seen numerous flashpoints over the decades. From proxy conflicts to covert operations, both nations have engaged in a dangerous dance, carefully avoiding direct confrontation while simultaneously stoking the flames of animosity. The absence of formal diplomatic relations underscores the deep mistrust that permeates their interactions. Iran's unwavering support for groups like Hezbollah, deemed terrorist organizations by Israel and many Western powers, further exacerbates tensions. Hezbollah's presence on Israel's northern border, coupled with its growing arsenal, adds a volatile dimension to the conflict, constantly threatening to ignite a wider conflagration. Adding fuel to the fire is Iran's nuclear program, which Israel views as an existential threat. Despite Iran's insistence that its nuclear ambitions are purely peaceful, Israel remains unconvinced. The specter of a nuclear-armed Iran, coupled with its fiery rhetoric, has led Israel to adopt a policy of preemptive strikes, targeting Iranian nuclear facilities and disrupting its nuclear ambitions. The rivalry between Iran and Israel extends beyond their immediate borders, destabilizing the entire region. Both nations exert significant influence in the Middle East, often backing opposing factions in regional conflicts. This proxy warfare further complicates the situation, turning the region into a tinderbox where even a small spark could ignite a major conflict with global ramifications. November 2024 proved to be a particularly tense period in the Iran-Israel conflict. The month began with a barrage of rockets fired from Lebanon into Israel, attributed to the Iranian-backed Hezbollah. The attack, targeting both civilian and military installations, marked a significant escalation in hostilities. Israel responded swiftly with airstrikes on suspected Hezbollah positions in Lebanon, raising fears of a wider conflict. As Israeli jets pounded targets across the border, the international community scrambled to contain the situation. Calls for restraint and de-escalation came from world leaders, urging both sides to step back from the brink. The United States, a key ally of Israel, found itself walking a diplomatic tightrope, condemning the attacks while also seeking to prevent a full-blown war. Amidst the escalating tensions, U.S. Special Envoy to Lebanon, Amos Hochstein, embarked on a frantic round of shuttle diplomacy. His mission to broker a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah, a daunting task given the deep mistrust and animosity between the two sides. Hochstein's efforts were further complicated by the involvement of regional actors, each with their own interests and agendas. As negotiations dragged on, the situation on the ground remained volatile. Sporadic rocket fire continued, met with retaliatory strikes from Israel. The civilian population on both sides bore the brunt of the violence, caught in the crossfire of a conflict not of their making. The images of destruction and displacement served as a stark reminder of the human cost of this enduring conflict. While Hochstein worked tirelessly to broker a ceasefire, Iran's nuclear program remained a point of contention. Ali Larijani, a senior advisor to Iran's supreme leader, made it clear that Tehran would not bow to international pressure regarding its nuclear activities. He reiterated Iran's long-standing position that its nuclear program was for peaceful purposes only, and accused the West of double standards. Larijani's statement came amidst reports that Iran had activated thousands of centrifuges, significantly increasing its capacity to enrich uranium. This development raised alarm bells in Israel and beyond, fueling concerns that Iran was moving closer to developing nuclear weapons capability. The International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, expressed its concern over Iran's lack of transparency and called for greater cooperation. Adding to the complexity of the situation was a series of incidents that highlighted the volatile regional dynamics. In Jordan, a gunman attacked a police patrol near the Israeli embassy, injuring several officers. While the motive for the attack remained unclear, it underscored the spillover effects of the Iran-Israel conflict, with tensions frequently erupting in neighboring countries. Meanwhile, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, arrested several individuals in connection with the murder of an Israeli rabbi. Although the UAE did not directly accuse Iran of involvement, suspicions lingered that Tehran might have played a role. The incident served as a reminder of the long reach of the Iranian-Israeli rivalry, extending far beyond the Middle East. The events of November 2024 painted a bleak picture of the Iran-Israel conflict, characterized by heightened tensions, escalating violence, and diplomatic deadlock. The situation highlighted the complexities of the conflict, with regional actors and global powers entangled in a web of competing interests and historical grievances. The ceasefire negotiations, while offering a glimmer of hope, faced significant hurdles. Mistrust ran deep between the parties involved, and any agreement would require difficult compromises on both sides. The specter of Iran's nuclear program loomed large, casting a long shadow over any prospect of lasting peace. The international community, deeply concerned by the potential for a wider conflict, recognized the need for a diplomatic solution. However, finding common ground between Iran and Israel, with their entrenched positions and divergent worldviews, remained an elusive goal. The path to peace, if it existed at all, would be long and arduous, fraught with challenges and setbacks.